Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Habs Daily News with your hockey coach guru, Coach FRENCHY. Today, episode number 108. What do you have on the menu, Coach, today? First of all, I'm going to talk about the Habs survey. Every year, the Athletic does a survey about each team from what they are thinking, the public and the base fans. I'm going to give you the result about the Montreal Canadiens. Then I'm going to talk about the Jake Evans. We got some news about his off summer. The Montreal Canadiens been very close to make a big trade with a team in NHL. Finally, I want to talk about the NHL news around the league. So don't go nowhere. But before we start, you know the drill. You've been here before. Please don't forget to click on the likes. Subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show. And finally, leave me a comment about the episode number 108. Let's dive in and talking about the first subject of the day. The first subject of the day, guys, is about the Montreal Canadiens office confidence. What are you talking about? What I want to talk about is the Athletic does a survey every year about each team in NHL, and they ask a question from the publics about the specific team and then about the fans base. Then they give you a result of this one. And that's what I want to talk about this today. First of all, how the fans feel about the Montreal Canadiens, and I want to give you the result of this survey. Montreal Canadiens this year finished 16. Last season was 17. They finished with a B plus and an average of 3.5%, or that's what the range they gave to you. And you can see for the roster building, the public gave C. Then the fan base have a B. Then the cap management, you have a C for the public, and the fan base is a B. And you can see the fan base have a little bit more confidence compared for the public. The draft and the development, C plus for the public, and the fans are at B. The trading, they make some trade, C plus public, B plus for the base fan. Free agency, C for the public, B minus for the fan base. The vision, C plus for the public, but the fan base really confidence about the vision of the team, have a A minus. Then the total of everything, C for the public, and the fan base is a plus, B plus. Great to see this. You can see the result at the bottom. Public 48% compared to the fan base. A great percentage of this compare both of the distinction between the public and the fan base. But I want to talk a little bit more about this because the Hugo tandem. What is the Hugo is honestly is that Hughes and Gordon both together did an amazing great job since they got hired by the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of 2022 on a different thing they did on the trade, on the signature, and on the NHL draft. Performance of them is excellent, and that's what I believe the base fan have a really big confidence about this tandem, what they did. And of course, I'm not talking about plus they hire so many great people around that team as a staff management. The fans have with the vision is the 7th highest team in NHL. Just give you an idea, a 4.1, how the fans base really believe the vision of the Hugo is coming on the right direction. The second thing about this for the public is completely reverse, where it's more skeptical. They are wait to get a little bit more the outcome of the duo a little bit longer. And that's the difference between the home base and the public. Again, I can understand from the public side, but we have to give credit so far for what they did, Hugo and Gordon. So this gives you an idea, guys, what happening on this first subject, the Habs office confidence. Like I mentioned to you, Montreal finished 16. under 32. They are really at the half of the league about the result, about the confidence. And again, personally myself, I have full confidence about them, the way they manage, they run the team, they operate that team. It's just amazingly great so far compared prior with Marc Bergevin. So I can go deeper with this, but honestly, it would take me too long to talk about what they did so far on every aspect of everything for the hockey operation since they got hired. Let's move on now, guys, for the second subject of the day. So the another news, guys, I want to talk today is about Jake Evans, where I got some news about him after I read an article. First of all, Jake Evans, guy, have an amazing, great year last season. Whatsoever, the team did not do well on his individual productivity on offensive. He have 13 goals. This is his best season with 29 points in 72 games. So we have to give credit for Jake Evans, honestly, with the Montreal Canadiens last season. What is working for during the off season is working to increasing his muscle mass. This is something he really want to focusing. He believe he need to get a little bit more stronger and get some strength with the legs to get a little bit more compete, like winning the battle, everything like that. So I think it's great. The only thing sometimes is not great when you add mass is you can maybe losing speed. He's a great asset for me as a bottom six. Sometimes he can play minute as a third line. He can play four line. He can be center. He can play winger. He play a big role on the special team. He's really good on the face-off. So you can see what he bring on the table. He's a great two-way player. He take care about his defensive zone coverage. Jake Evans bring a lot for the Montreal Canadiens at $1.8 million per year. I think it's a great bargain for the Montreal Canadiens. Finally, Jake Evans talk about his new teammate, Sean Monahan. They practice together for years now. Every day they're skating together. And he just said at the beginning, look, Sean Monahan, whatsoever, is maybe not going to play at the level he played in the past. He's an amazing, great person. The teammate going to love him. He's great as a human being, and I think he's a great asset for the Montreal Canadiens. And I'm sure with how his work ethic he worked this summer, I think he's going to be 100%. He's really motivated to play for the Montreal Canadiens. He's very enthusiastic. So it was great to hear from Jake Evans about his new teammate, Sean Monahan. So that's complete about Jake Evans. So let's move on now for the next news of the day. So I want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens signed a player and he trade this player. What are you talking about? They have a rumor we heard for the last couple of days of Montreal Canadiens can use Ramos sign a new player, John Klingberg, the UFA defenseman, and sign him and then trade him to the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, it's only a one-year contract, almost the same thing he got for the Anaheim Ducks, $7 million. But what the Montreal Canadiens do that? First of all, it will be with the Edmonton Oilers. So that's the first thing. The secondly, the Montreal Canadiens will keep 50% of the salary cap of the Edmonton Oilers about John Klingberg. Yeah, but Montreal Canadiens is over salary cap. And the one reason possible this trade never happened is because Montreal Canadiens could not go under their salary cap until they know with situation with Carey Price, possible with Bob Biron. So this is maybe one reason this never happened. But what they got in return from the Edmonton Oilers, if they will go that direction, what we heard is it was involved one players and a pick. So if you want to maybe go a bit deeper, I believe Puljujarvi, it would be the player involved for the Montreal Canadiens because we know Montreal tried to get him at some point the last couple of weeks. It never happened. So if it would be that direction with John Klingberg, I think Puljujarvi would be involved with this, plus a first-round pick. I wouldn't be surprised. So let's finish the episode number 108 with the last news of the day. So the last news of the day, guys, is the NHL news today. We have two signatures. Let's talking about the first signature. It's coming from the Detroit Red Wings sign Philip Zadina, a 3-year contract at $1.8 million. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little bit shocked to see that. We know Zadina never reached his full potential or the expectation from the Detroit Red Wings saying he was drafted by them. But at the flip side, I still, by this signature of 3 years, Detroit Red Wings still believe Zadina can improve and reach his full potential. Finally, the second signature of the day is coming from Philip Myers for the Tampa Bay Lightning. He signed an extension of 1 year at $1.4 million. We know he was signed by the Tampa Bay Lightning a couple of weeks ago. That's complete, guys. All the news around the NHL today. That's it. That's all. Yes, episode number 108 is completely over. Hopefully you enjoy it, guys. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget, please, to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey National Show, sharing this video, and finally, leave me a comments about the episode number 108. Until the next video, my friend, I want to wishing you an amazing, blessing day. I look forward to see you for the next video with the Hockey Coach Guru, Coach FRENCHY.